What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dadspective show. I got Hawk with me here tonight. Hawk, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just grinding away. What's been going on with you?
Just plugging away, working lots, just like you. So, uh, just we're on phase 3, so I have the ability to go back to training some people safely, obviously. So, been keeping busy with that. Lots of dad stuff. Plugging away on my deck still. Just got the wood. So, man, how about you? What's new?
Good, man. Just plugging away with work, getting my training in, getting the family time in. Just doing that balancing act of giving the energy towards whatever it is while you're doing it,
Yeah,
and trying to just be fully attentive of what you're doing when you're doing it.
that's
Because like working more, the family time isn't there as much. So when the family time is there, you're making sure it's quality, right?
yeah,
Like making sure that it's not wasted.
yeah.
And then same with like the fitness, making sure you're just getting it in and not wasting any time. So yeah, but that's pretty cool. You're training clients again, eh? Because that's something you really enjoy doing and something
Yep.
you haven't been able to done for what, 5 months now, almost 6 months.
Oh, it's torturous, man.
What are you like? What are you seeing from your clients? Like they're happy to be back at it, happy to in-person training.
So yeah, a lot of them were asking me like each week. Some of them every day. They're like, "Oh, I heard that we can get back to training." And I'm like, "Send me the article. Send me the article so I can say that we can, right?" But without it going to phase 3, we could not do that, right? So um, as as for the clients, everyone's excited to be back moving. I was worried about a lot of them. Just I know, like even my mindset slipped once in a while, but I'm good enough to catch it when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I was okay with that. So I'm like, if I'm slipping, like I hope my clients are okay, right? So that was a big thing for me, is making sure that they were right. I actually text all my clients every single day. Even if I'm not training them, we're friends anyways. A lot of them are my friends, and you know, just taking care of them like you're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like giving them that quality service, I guess, right? Because like essentially that's what the personal training is. It's a service, and that like that touching base with them every single day, I know goes a long way, right? That's something that makes you stand out from the others that might just give them their workout plan and that's that. Like, oh, I'll talk to you next Sunday type thing, where you're
Yeah,
always checking in, making sure they're okay. Hey, do you need a change with something?
yeah,
That's one thing that definitely makes you stand out over the others for like the quality that you give your clients.
I appreciate that, and that I feel like that might be the personal training, right?
For sure. So that sort of leads us into what we're going to chat about tonight, because I know, like you were talking about right before we jumped on and started doing this podcast, you were saying how happy you are now that you're training again. And what I want to chat about tonight is doing things that make us happy and stopping doing things that we know aren't bringing us any happiness. And it was cool to like see how excited you are about being able to do what you really love again. And obviously I can tell it makes you happy. Like, not that you weren't happy not training them and just doing it through via text and online, but like the pure joy is the in-person one-on-one training for you, and that's what really makes you happy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I was just listening to what you were saying before about because you have limited time, so you're spending time with family and making sure that you're attentive with that situation and doing what you have to do right now and not stuff that you don't want to do or not necessarily have to do, right? So um, it reminds me of a situation just recently. Like right now I'm busy with work, family, getting back to clients, working on my deck, stuff like that. I had friends that wanted to come down from Montreal and go party in like Toronto or something. And I'm like, that's not really my thing anymore. But I did want to see them, so like maybe meet up with them for lunch or something. But to me, like partying and stuff like that, not that I don't like to party or whatever, but in the current situation, that's not what makes me truly happy, going downtown to a club or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like what makes you happy is seeing them and enjoying that time together, not necessarily the partying aspect of that time together. Where like you said, just lunch and catching up and seeing them again is what actually really matters, right?
Exactly. And maybe it's the stage in my life, right? Maybe my younger self would say something different, but definitely this stage in my life, I definitely want to do things that cement my legacy and move the needle on on everything, right? The things that I love and want to be a good example for my kids and stuff too. So
Yeah, for sure. 100%. That's like one thing for me with my fitness this summer because I've been so busy with work and then trying to get as much family time in because like I think we might have chatted about it in one of our previous episodes, but like having COVID and everything slowing down, I really realized how that makes me really happy, right? Like that quality time, spending time with the kids. That's one of the things that makes me happy. So it's one of the things I really try to focus my energy on because I know doing it, the outcome is happiness. Not doing it, the outcome is frustration because you're not doing it, which ultimately is not being happy. But with my fitness, I've really like come summertime, there's so many options for things to do, right? Like you can do everything. And I'm a type of person that I like to dabble in a little bit of everything. Um, so like previous summers, golf would have been something that I take time and I do. This summer, I'm really trying to focus on like some biking, some running, some swimming, and then still doing like my CrossFit workouts and things like that I do. And I've been a few times now I've been asked to like go out golfing or asked to go to the driving range or something like that. And I just think to myself like, will that make me happy? Like, yes, I like to do it, but will it actually like really make me happy? Because like I'm not gonna lie, when I golf, one, it's 4 hours of time, and time is a very limited asset right now. But two, I find when I go golfing, I get very frustrated and I get angry, and it's 4 hours spent like not happy, all pissed off, and then after that, it's all pissed off. So then for me, it's like that time trade off of like, all right, 4 hours and you're not going to be happy, or you skip out on that and you go for an hour bike ride that you know is going to make you happy. And it's being able to decipher those things in your life, and not that I don't want to golf or not that I'm not going to golf, but it's like we're already halfway through the summer. I haven't golfed yet. Usually takes me a few months to get warmed up to get good at golf anyways for the summer. So it's just like something that I've put to the side this summer, and I'll jump back at it next summer when I have more time. But really just focusing on when you have time to do things, just making sure you're doing things that bring you joy and make you happy, not things that aren't going to make you happy, right?
yeah. And I think you put it perfect. And again, that's different stages of your life, right? Going with that. And it might be something new, or it might be something that you haven't visited in a little while. But whatever it is just bottom line is making sure that you're happy. Making sure you're happy is a big thing, and doing what you got to do after that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like on the same note, one thing that I haven't really been doing a lot, it's almost been, I don't know, I'd say a good couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks now. But like I've been off Instagram. I really don't go on it at all. Haven't posted, don't go on to look at anything. The odd time I'll catch myself clicking that orange and pink button and I'll like scroll for 2 seconds and then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, and
Yeah.
for me, it was just like a time waster. Like I'd be scrolling through and like you see the same thing over and over again from different people. And like, especially with everything that was going on in the world, there's just so much noise on there that like blocking out some noise that you don't need because it was sort of getting overwhelming there for a little bit with all the stuff in the media. If you're looking at everything, you don't know what to believe, you don't know what to think. even someone like me that can decipher things was starting to get like overwhelmed with the amount of information that I got. So like, yeah, I don't know, haven't been on Instagram for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's made a, I don't know, I've noticed it's made a huge difference in my happiness level, or even thinking about like you should be doing this because you saw so and so do this. But if you don't see so and so do that, you never know that they did it, so you don't have to even have that thought in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And same with me. I've definitely lowered my time on Instagram. Um, I go on there once in a while, but not as definitely not as much pre-COVID. Again, same thing as you. Too many conspiracy theories, and a lot of people that were unhappy. Um, yeah, bottom line, it didn't make me happy. So
Yeah.
when I feel like going on it, I'll go on it. If I don't, I don't. That's it.
Yeah. Like one big thing for me I notice is like I watch kids, like my kids or just other children in general. And when you're watching children, they only really do things that make them happy. Like if you tell them to go do something or go play with this, and if they don't like it, they don't do it, right? Like hey, like go play with this. They just might not be feeling it that day, like or whatever it might be, but they you can't force them to do things that they don't want to do. And I take those lessons and I just try to apply them in my own life of just like doing things that you want to do, that make you happy, and like learning from them, because they are like our greatest teachers, right? You can learn so much from what they do and how they do it. And if you can pick up those little tidbits, and even though we're 30 years older than them, you can still translate those tidbits into our life today on how we live, and use those to make yourself happier.
Yeah, I love how they learn, and when they try, and when they try again, and they try again. I'll give you an example here. Like probably a month ago, I taught my son how to ride his bike, which super proud of him, right? But just like anything, at first he was super frustrated because he would just want to learn, right, and get it right away. So obviously, the first time he tries it, he doesn't get it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do this." But just guiding him in the right direction too, and slowly plug away and see him like slowly pick it up. He starts to get it, and then you try to tell him to translate that work ethic to other things, and it actually worked. And I'm super proud of him because he learned how to swim too, right? And I can't swim. That's something that I'll tell you guys, right? So I need somebody who can swim and save me one day. So
Jillian would be so upset with you right now.
I know. Just cover your ears. But it's funny, like we were in the pool and he was swimming back and forth, just practicing. And I'm like, "Oh, you're getting so much better." And then he goes up to me. He's like, "I gotta practice to get better." And like you said, if I keep practicing, I'm gonna get really good. And I don't want to be. He said, "I don't want to be like you swimming, where I can't do it because I don't practice." Right? I'm like, "Oh, now I learned something from you too." Right? So it's kind of cool that he knows if he plugs away at something, at first he might not get it, but slowly but surely he'll get everything. It's like it's like a kid potty training. It's a kid riding his bike, swimming, running, everything. Like if you take that theory and look at what a kid can do, skating, rollerblading, whatever, learning how to dribble a ball. If we use that same theory for ourselves for a lot of things, which myself I do, like I used it for learning how to do a muscle up. Slowly but surely, I finally got it. Might not be today, tomorrow, next month, next year, whatever, but you're moving towards it, right?
Yeah, and that's the main thing, right? Is just moving towards that goal that you want to achieve. Like you say, like every single day, you're just trying to push that needle forward just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's what
It's
it's
so
about.
exciting to see kids get better, eh?
Yeah, like right now, Maya's doing swimming lessons.
Yeah.
And like every day she wakes up and she's just like, "Oh, I want to go to the pool and practice what I learned at like whatever previous lesson." And it's cool to see because like
That's what's up.
that's the kids taking in knowledge that they're learning and like without even knowing it, just wanting to put it into practice to get better and get better and get better.
Yeah.
Just it'd be like you seeing oh, so that's how that guy does that muscle up, and then you going out to the gym and practicing and okay, I'm not getting it today, but I know if I go back at it tomorrow, I'll get a little bit closer and eventually you get there, right?
Yeah. I think it's very cool that for our bodies when we lift stuff. This is just it's not the greatest example, but when we say that we lift a dumbbell, we keep lifting that same dumbbell, same one, same one. It might be a little bit heavy at first, and then our bodies start to adapt and change, right? And then all of a sudden it gets a lot easier. And same thing with our minds, right? We try to learn something we might not get at first, slowly plug away at it. The more that we do it, the better that we get at it, the faster reaction we have. It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty like, yeah,
And just knowing that, not getting discouraged when the first few times aren't going your way, just sticking with it and knowing that you can get that end result that you are really looking for.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's something, man. I know, like, just me in my life the last little bit, just doing things that make you happy and realizing the things that don't and subbing them out makes a huge difference in the day to day and just like the mental health of people,
Yeah, it's
especially
just
for myself.
yeah, it's the same as like getting rid of toxic people in your life. You know what I mean? Keeping those people that you start to realize who really does like. I think during COVID, you start to realize, okay, who really loves me here?
Yeah.
Who really cares about me? Who really cares if I do better or not or whatever? And the people who don't, and the people who want to see you fail, right? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's good to reflect on who to keep. Not saying like get rid of them, but like sometimes it's better to move forward. Not all the time, but a lot of the time.
Yeah. Or things that you do, like maybe you notice that you eat a bag of chips at night after dinner, and after you eat them, you realize, that doesn't make me really feel that great, but like they taste so good,
Yeah,
but you
you
don't
eat a bag
feel
of chips and you feel like a bag of chips.
100%. And then you realize, and then eventually one day you might realize that, you know what, I don't need to eat this bag of chips anymore. I'm going to make the better decision, or
Yeah,
whatever it might be. Or you're doing something like a sport, and you know what, I don't actually really like the sport, but I'm interested in this other sport. So maybe I'll give that a try instead and see if when I do that, it makes me happier than whatever this other sport was. Like, it's all about trial and error, trial and
yeah,
error, trial and error, and then trying to find that one thing that does the trick for you.
yeah. And that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime, man. And I love finding something that's challenging that you love, and you're like, fuck if sorry, I swore there. Fuck if you find it right, and you keep plugging away at it, you get better, and you love it. Oh, and then say that it's something that sticks with you for the rest of your life. That's I think it's amazing, or something that you can pass down to your kids, or yeah, so much out there.
Yeah. Here, like I'll maybe I'll end it with this one cool story. I bought this indoor bike trainer for my bike off Marketplace today, and the guy I went to buy it off of, he's got like a barber shop in his basement. He like converted his basement to a barber shop.
Okay, cool.
Really cool or whatever. So when I went and picked it up, just started chatting with him about whatever, shooting the shit. And the guy used to be like into finance and was making lots of money, but it wasn't like what he actually liked to do.
Hmm.
So when he was, I forget how many years ago, but he was just said he was 50 or like just over 50 or whatever. But anyways, in his mid 40s, he decided to quit his finance job and went to beauty school and learned how to cut hair because he wanted to be a barber because that's what was going to make him happy. And the guy quit his regular 9 to 5 job, did that. And now he has a barber shop in his house and he's doing what he loves every single day and makes him happy. And it was just so cool hearing that story because it's refreshing to hear people doing that and people just like realizing that money isn't the be all end all, being happy every single day is the be all end all.
Now, we'll have people agree and disagree with that, obviously, but um, I see all the time parents push their kids towards something that they don't really want to do. And I've seen some kids become really depressed, right? So just keep that in mind. Some kids might be geniuses at, like, really book smart, but then you push them on the academic part and they really want to do something else and you don't see that. Like that's something to keep in mind too, right? Obviously, like, yeah, if your kid has a skill, maybe, yeah, look into how you can enhance that, but don't push them so hard into something that they don't really want to do. Like, I'm not going to tell people how to parent, but it's just something that I seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I just seen a lot of, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I seen a lot of kids get pushed into something that they didn't really want to do, even though they're super good at it. And it makes them so depressed that they hurt themselves or whatever the case is, right? So,
Yeah, no, for sure. I know I had like a few buddies played hockey their whole lives, but then when they actually had the decision if they wanted to play hockey or not, and it wasn't their parents making them play hockey all the time,
yeah,
they didn't want to play hockey anymore. You know what I mean? And they don't play to this day just because like they
they got
got
pushed
burnt
too hard.
out. They got
Yeah,
burnt out doing something that they didn't really want to do, but
yeah,
they were doing it to make their parents happy or whatever the circumstances might be. But
yeah,
that, yeah, like maybe you want your kid to be a doctor and you're pushing it, but your kid wants to be a plumber because he loves working with his hands and doing that is what makes him happy every single day.
yeah,
I think like you can like just guide them in a sense and then try to watch of what do they like to do? Like,
yeah,
do they actually like sitting there reading a book all day or do they like building things and tinkering around with stuff and things like that, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see. It's a learning curve, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, parenting's not easy. Like I said, I'm not trying to parent anybody. It's just something that I see, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
anybody pissed at me thinking that I'm trying to parent your kid, I'm not. So
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight's episode. Once again, thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us. We hope you guys like what we're putting out now and the change that's been going on. And if there's anything you want to hear us talk about, let us know. Hit us up. Even though Hawk and I both said we're not really using Instagram anymore, I'm still I'm still using it for the message feature or for the communication feature. So hit us up and let us know
we're
if there's
still
anything you
there.
want
We're
to
still
hear.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're still there.
for sure.
Just breaks are good. You know what I mean? Breaks are good. And don't, like, I'll probably be back on there. Just sometimes having a break is so good for yourself to just see the world through
For
your own
sure.
eyes, not through Instagram eyes, right?
For sure. And like I'm still using it to talk to people because I still like as much as Instagram's like video and image platform, it's also a communication platform as well. Just like your
Absolutely.
messages app on your phone or emails or whatever. So yeah, taking breaks from things and then going back to them with a new refreshed mind is always healthy to do.
That's it. Thanks for watching or listening, guys.
All right, guys, until next time. Cheers.